Good day everyone. Our topic for today is all about the product rule. So let's start. Now, ano yung product rule? So the derivative of f of x times g of x is equivalent to the derivative of f of x times g of x plus f of x times the derivative of g of x. Or simply, the derivative of the first times the second plus first times the derivative of the second. Madali lang siya i-memorize. So, ganito lang siya. Derivative of the first times the second plus first times the derivative of the second. Now, syempre may magtatanong, Sir, hindi ba equivalent ang derivative of f of x times g of x sa derivative of f of x times the derivative of g of x? Kasi maaalala natin na we can separate limit by multiplication. Pero tandaang mabuti na we cannot separate derivatives by multiplication. Okay? Hindi natin pwede silang paghiwalayin kagaya nito. Now, ang tanong, paano ko ipapakita na hindi siya true? Gawa tayo ng example. Now, let's say, f of x natin is equal to x raised to 5 and g of x natin must be x raised to 3. Now, so we have the derivative of x raised to 5 times x raised to 3. Now, para may basis tayo sa correct answer, gamitan muna natin siya ng laws of exponent. So we have the derivative of x raised to 5 times x raised to 3 with respect to x is equivalent to the derivative of x raised to 8. Okay, we have 5 plus 3. Now, what is the derivative of x raised to 8? So this is simply 8x raised to 7 using our power rule. Now, gamitin natin yung derivative of f of x times the derivative of g of x para makita natin na hindi siya true at hindi natin siya dapat gamitin. Okay? Unahin natin. So, derivative of x raised to 5 times the derivative of x raised to 3. Now, derivative of x raised to 5, we have 5x raised to 4 using power rule times the derivative of x raised to 3, we have 3x squared. Now, pag pinag-multiply natin to, we have 15x raised to 6. And this is not 8x raised to 7. Therefore, huwag na huwag natin tong gagamitin. Okay? Now, apply natin yung product rule dun sa ating given example. So, let's have the derivative of f of x times g of x is equivalent to derivative of the first times the second plus the first times the derivative of the second. So, we have derivative of the first, the derivative of x raised to 5 times x cubed plus first x raised to 5 times the derivative of second x cubed. Now, observe natin kung paano siya isinulat. Now, tingnan nyo mabuti, nasa loob ng bracket yung function na kailangan kunin yung derivative. So, ano ibig sabihin? Yung wala sa loob ng bracket, hindi natin siya gagalawin. Okay? So, kukunin lang natin derivative ng x raised to 5 times x cubed, yung x cubed hindi natin gagalawin yan, plus x raised to 5, hindi natin gagalawin to, pero kailangan natin kunin yung derivative nung x cubed. Okay? Therefore, derivative ng x raised to 5 must be 5x raised to 4 times x cubed plus x raised to the 5th power, baba natin, times the derivative ng x raised to 3, we have 3x squared. Simplify natin, we get 5x raised to 7 plus 3x raised to 7. Na pag pinag-add natin yan, we get 8x raised to 7. And that's the correct answer. And we're done. Now, let's have some example. Find the derivative of the following function. Number 1, number 2, and number 3. Now, let's have the solution for number 1. So, using our product rule, we have the derivative of the first times the second plus first times the derivative of the second. Now, yung first function natin is x squared plus 1, and yung second function natin must be 2x squared plus x. Now, set up natin yung ating equation. We have the derivative of x squared plus 1 multiplied by 2x squared plus x is equal to the derivative of the first. We have the derivative of x squared plus 1 times the second. We have 2x squared plus x plus first x squared plus 1 times the derivative of the second. We have 2x squared plus x. Okay? Tandaang mabuti. Derivative of the first times the second plus first times the derivative of the second. Now, apply natin. So, what is the derivative of x squared plus 1? we have 2x multiplied by 2x squared plus x plus yung ating 2x plus 1 times the derivative ng second, we have 4x plus 1. Now, simplify natin. Distribute natin yung 2x. We get 4x cubed plus 2x squared. Next, gamitan natin ang FOIL method. Simplify natin. We get 4x cubed plus x squared plus 4x plus 1. Now, combine similar terms. We get 8x cubed plus 3x squared plus 4x plus 1 and we're done. Now, syempre, yung iba magtatanong, Sir, di ba mas madali kung i-distribute lang natin? Like for example, gamit natin ito ng FOIL method, we get 2x raised to the 4th power plus 3x cubed plus 2x squared plus x. Then after nating ma-distribute, pwede na natin kunin yung derivative. So we have y prime is equivalent to derivative ng 2x raised to the 4th power, we have 8x cubed, ito yun, plus derivative ng x cubed, we have 3x squared, ito yung pangalawang term, plus the derivative of 2x squared, we have 4x, ito siya, yung pangatlong term, and then derivative ng x, we have 1. And we're done. Now, ang tanong, bakit pa natin kailangang gamitin yung power rule kung mas madali naman kung i-distribute natin siya? Okay? So, yun yung magiging question natin. Mas mabilis kung i-distribute natin, and then kukunin natin yung derivative. Now, ito yung sagot. Paano kung ganito yung tanong? Paano kung merong exponent? For example lang, x squared plus 1 raised to 4 times 2x squared plus x raised to the 5th power. Now, kung ganito yung given, i-distribute mo pa ba yan? Now, tandaan natin mabuti na yung exponent na yan ay nagde-determine kung ilang beses mo imumultiply yung base sa sarili niya. So, ito magiging x squared plus 1 times x squared plus 1 4 times. Imumultiply mo yun. Ditong pangalawa, we have 2x squared plus x, imumultiply mo yan ng 5 beses. Tapos, imumultiply mo siya. So, ilang factor yon? Meron niyang 9 factors, imumultiply mo. So, kung imumultiply mo lahat yan, napakahabang multiplication yan. Baka isang tanong pa lang, ubos na yung oras mo. Okay? Now, hindi pa natin ito sasagutan ngayon. Pero, ang makakatulong sa atin para sagutin yan is yung product rule. Kung alam natin yung product rule, kahit ganito pa yung ating given, madali lang yan para sa atin. Okay? Sa mga susunod na topic kasi, madadaanan natin tinatawag natin na chain rule. So, pag pinagsama natin yung chain rule, saka yung product rule, itong question na to, basic na lang to para sa atin. Okay? So, sa ngayon, hindi natin siya sasagutan, pero mind you, babalikan natin tong question na to. Okay, so let's move on. So, let's have the solution for number 2. So, we have f of x equals to x cubed times 5x squared minus 4. Now, napakadali nitong example na to kung i-distribute natin yung x cubed and then kukunin natin yung derivative. But, again, kailangan nating i-practice yung sarili natin na gamitin yung product rule. Kasi magagamit natin to later. Okay? So, again, yung product rule natin, we have the derivative of the first times the second plus the first times the derivative of the second. Now, set up natin yung ating equation. We have the derivative of x cubed times 5x squared minus 4 is equivalent to the derivative of the first times the second, or simply the derivative of x cubed times 5x squared minus 4 plus first times the derivative of the second, x cubed times the derivative of 5x squared minus 4. Now, simplify natin. Now, we have the derivative of x cubed, we have 3x squared times 5x squared minus 4. Plus, bring down natin yung x cubed, and then derivative ng 5x squared minus 4, we have 10x. Next, distribute natin yung 3x squared, we get 15x raised to the 4th power minus 12x squared. Plus, yung product ng x cubed saka 10x, we have 10x raised to the 4th power. Now, combine similar terms, we get 25x raised to the 4th power minus 12x squared, and we're done. Now, let's have the solution for number 3. Applying the product rule, we have the derivative of the first times the second plus the first times the derivative of the second. Set up natin yung ating equation. And also, yung square root of x, tandaan natin na ito ay x raised to 1/2. Okay? So, we have the derivative of 10x raised to the 5th power minus 1 times x raised to 1/2, or yung square root of x, is equivalent to the derivative of the first times the second, or the derivative of 10x raised to the 5th power minus 1 times x raised to 1/2 plus first times the derivative of the second, 10x raised to the p power minus 1 times the derivative of x raised to 1 half. Now, ano yung derivative ng 10x raised to the p power minus 1? So, we have 50x raised to the 4th power times x raised to 1 half plus yung first natin multiply by the derivative of x raised to 1 half. So, using power rule, we have 1 half x raised to negative 1 half or simply 1 half minus 1 kaya naging negative 1 half. Okay? Next, simplify natin. Multiply natin yung una. We have 50x raised to 4 plus 1 half. Apply lang natin yung laws of exponent. Plus 10 times 1 half is equal to 5. Apply lang din natin yung laws of exponent. And then negative 1 times 1 half x raised to negative 1 half or simply negative 1 half x raised to negative 1 half. Next, simplify natin. 4 plus 1 half is equivalent to 9 over 2 plus 5 minus 1 half is simply 9 over 2 and then copy lang yung negative 1 half x raised to negative 1 half. Next, tingnan mabuti na yung x raised to 9 over 2 ay magkamuka so therefore sila ay similar term, pwede natin silang i-combine. So 50 plus 5, we have 55 x raised to 9 over 2 minus 1 half x raised to negative 1 half. So ito, pwede natin siyang sabihin na final answer. Or pwede natin siyang i-simplify as 55 x raised to the 4th power square root of x minus 1 over 2 square root of x. And kahit alin dyan ay pwedeng maging f prime of x and we're done. Ito ngayon yung tanong. Ano tong nakuha natin na to? Ano tong 55 x raised to 9 over 2 minus 1 half x raised to negative 1 half? Baka nagkakalimutan na. So this is the slope of this curve 10x raised to the p power minus 1 times square root of x at any point. So, bigyan tayo ng kahit anong point. Plug in natin yung variable x. That's the slope of this function. Okay? Now, bigla natin maaalala. Sir, wait a second. Di ba ito ay product? C times x raised to n. Bakit hindi natin ginamit yung product rule? At ito yung answer. Ginamit natin yung product rule. Hindi nyo lang alam. Okay? So, ipakita natin. So, again, ito ay 4 times x cubed. Ito yung ating product rule. Derivative of the first times the second plus second times the derivative of the first. Derivative of 4x cubed is the same thing as derivative of 4 times x cubed. Now, apply natin yung product rule. We have the derivative of 4, derivative of the first times the second plus first times the derivative of the second. Now, ano yung derivative ng constant? This is just 0. Ano ibig sabihin? Itong first term na to, 0 lang or tanggal lang. Now, ano yung matitira? We have 4 times the derivative of x cubed. Now, ito yung reason kung bakit pwede nating i-pull out yung constant na kasama ng ating variable. Nakuha yung idea? Ito na yun. C times the derivative of x raised to n. Now, bakit naging ganun? Kasi nga, nung in-apply natin yung product rule, yung derivative ng constant is always 0. So, therefore, tong term na to is always 0. So, ano matitira na lang? Pull out yung constant and then kunin natin yung derivative nung variable na merong x. And we're done.